Hello, this is my attempt at a Bayonetta guide for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And before we start covering anything, I want to clarify that some of the things on this video are based on my opinions, experiences, and my playstyle, along with other information like frame data. I'm not a top player, not one of the best Bayos out there, and not an experienced guide maker. This is intended to help players around my skill level or below better understand the character. Feel free to correct me on anything and also leave your own opinion in the comments. So with that out of the way, let's get started. To start off, we'll look at the Bayonetta changes made in the most recent 3.1.0 patch. In this update, they buffed a couple of her moves to help her overall gameplay, keeping in mind that none of these were dramatic buffs that skyrocketed her up the tiers. Down smash received a 1 frame increase to hitbox detection, so now it stays active frames 25 to 28. The main uses for this revolve around the ledge. It will be easier to catch recoveries that do not snap ledge, for example Cloud, Shulk, or even Bayo's Witch Twist. Easier to catch 2 frame on an opponent trying to snap to the ledge. Easier to catch directional air dodge towards the ledge like Snake, Chrom, and Ness tend to do. And also, it will be easier to catch an opponent letting go of ledge and jumping back onto the stage. Jab 1 received a 1 frame increase to hitbox detection, so it connects better into Jab 2. It still comes out frame 9, which is horrible. To put that into perspective, there are smash attacks that are faster, like Fox's frame 6 down smash, or a smash attack like Lucina's forward smash being 10 frames, yet is way bigger and stronger of a move. Regardless, now that Jab is active for 1 more frame, in theory, it should help catch an opponent as they land, an opponent that is running at you, someone as they finish their spot dodge animation, as well as somebody getting from the ledge or jumping or rolling. Also, the Jab flurry finisher has increased knockback, so catching someone by the ledge will kill a couple percent earlier, but it's not that strong, so it will still be at very high percents to get the KO. Up tilt's launcher hitbox more consistently connects, so opponents will fall out less often. And depending on percent, weight, stage positioning, etc., it's possible to follow with a back air for the KO, which helps one of Bayo's KO options being more reliable under the right conditions. Witch Twist and Afterburner Kick receive about 2 to 5 frames of reduced landing lag, depending on how many specials are used and what combinations. Downwards ABK always generates more lag than the regular ABK, and some parts of this also had landing lag reduced. Dash attack has increased knockback, but other than a random reading neutral near the ledge, or catching a get up or a jump from the ledge, which is the most likely way to get a KO, it will still be a very high percent. And also the move has a lot of startup, so only a slight change. Witch Time got the most buffs. It has the same 7 frames of startup, however, it now has 8 extra active counter frames, now detecting from frames 8 to 24, or a total of 16. Like with typical counters, she's invincible during this time for the move to obviously work. As a result, those same 8 frames are gained in the end of the move. And to clarify, this does not mean Witch Time ends sooner. It still takes a total of 67 frames before you can act out of it. What happened is, due to 8 frames added in the middle of the move, everything shifted back, making it safer on whiff. So she went from being vulnerable from frames 30 to 67 to now being vulnerable from frames 37 to 67, So that's already 2 buffs in one. So the third buff to Witch Time was Bat Within, as I'll try to show right here. Once her invincibility ends, the bomb will trigger what's a weaker Witch Time that also triggers a Bat Within. That's active from frames 25 to 28, so right here. That's the weaker Witch Time. And then the regular Bat Within will activate frames 29 to 36. The fourth and last buff to Witch Time was that the regeneration speed after using Witch Time was increased. So in other words, it will take less time to have a fresh Witch Time again once used. Think of, for example, a Wario Waft being charged faster in the same stock after he uses it. To summarize Witch Time, Bayo is still vulnerable during startup, frames 1 through 7. Then frames 8 to 36 is where Witch Time and Bat Within happens. So that's an 8 frame increase. With the dead frames in the end being 37 to 67. That's an 8 frame reduction. Still a total of 67 frames for the total move, so that did not change. And Witch Time regenerates faster after being used in order to be fresh for use again. Even with these buffs, it does not change the fact that Bayo is not an easy character to learn, so anyone interested in learning her has to commit to lots of practice and precision. Basic characters like Ganon or Lucina, anyone with fundamentals can pick up and do decently well with. Bayo, on the other hand, takes much longer to master. This is because to do well with her, you need to be able to extend your combos, and her combos are not as straightforward as a peloton and air train across the stage. To combo with Bayo, you need to react and follow your opponent's DI at the same time as you input near frame perfect moves to follow up and do as much damage as possible. And with so many different weights and fall speeds, etc., the combos change against every character. And since the opponent can DI out of her combos much easier than in Smash 4, she will at times struggle to KO. She can also at times struggle to approach and get overwhelmed by better characters. So now we will take a look at some details of Bayonetta's moveset and what applications they may have during battle. Some information will be objective and some will be subjective. Her jab comes out frame 9. Why a jab comes out later than a tilt, we'll never know. At least it does decent damage, and it can kill at really high percent near the ledge, so I guess we'll take it. Her down tilt comes out frame 7, and it's a combo starter with decent range. It has a tipper on the foot that will do more damage. It can lead into a raw back air at certain percents. To do a raw input or reverse aerial rush from a standing pose or a dash animation, flick the control stick back the opposite way you are facing to turn around and immediately press jump. The moment you input jump, flick the control stick back towards the direction you are facing so that you keep momentum forwards. Then use the C stick to input an aerial of your choice. Up tilt comes out in 9 frames. It's a combo starter, and depending on weight and percent, it can be followed up with an up air, a neutral air, or a witch twist to extend the combo. It can also lead into a back air for a KO at higher percents. Her forward tilt comes out in 12 frames. It has decent range, but it's too slow to be useful. It's even worse than jab. It has no true follow-ups, but it will put the opponent in the air for a potential juggle situation. Her grab and throws have no true combo follow-ups, so you might as well try to throw your opponent off stage and attempt an edge guard. Her forward throw does the most damage and knockback, so it can kill near the ledge at higher percents. Down throw can KO, but also at very, very high percents. Opponents tend to shield a lot versus Bayonetta, so you must mix up and go for a grab at times. Not going for enough grabs can be a bad habit. Neutral air is used for combo extensions, as well as shield pressure. It can lead into a witch twist or an ABK depending on percents. Short hop nair ends before hitting the ground, so it is possible to witch twist, ABK, jump, or dare dodge before hitting the ground. Holding down the attack for the bullet arts version will prolong the hitbox for better pressure, but it will add 8 frames of landing lag. Up air is also used for combo extensions. At low percent, back hit of up air can lead into witch twist or ABK. Around mid percent, back hit of up air while rising can lead into a second jump back air. Holding down the attack for bullet arts version will prolong the hitbox for better pressure, but will add 4 frames of landing lag. Forward air is her most damaging area. Usually a combo finisher, however at mid percents, fast falling fair 3 can lead into a witch twist if close by, or an ABK if the opponent is far away. It is possible to combo fair 1 into fast fall fair 2, after landing immediately fair 1 again and then fair 2. It is not that reliable and it is not always a true combo, but at certain percents and weight it can be. This move is also good for crossing up shields due to having low landing lag on fair 1 and 2. Holding down the attack for bullet arts version will add 6 frames of landing lag. This should never be used as it is not worth the extra landing lag. Back air is a strong KO option that can be relatively safe when properly spaced with the sweet spot at the heel. This move can cross up shields as there is a weaker leg hitbox and usually used as a combo finisher. Holding down the attack for bullet arts version will add 4 frames of landing lag, and this should never be used as it is not worth the extra landing lag. Down air can combo out of a second witch twist, but DI can help you escape. It can also combo out of a footstool only if the opponent misses the tech. It can KO near the ledge at high percents, and it can be used to gimp opponents off stage. You can also catch a ledge jump with it. But it is very risky since it has a lot of end lag, which can lead into a punish when you're on stage or an SD when you're off stage. Down smash has a launcher hitbox on her foot that leads into the foot stomp. This is best used by the ledge to edge guard. This move has more end lag if it hits a shield, but since it is mostly used at the ledge, it will rarely be hitting shields and instead offstage opponents. Her forward smash can be angled up or down, and has a sweet spot in the knuckle that is much stronger. At higher percent, hitting a specific hitbox of nair 1 while fast falling can combo into F smash, but it's risky if you miss and it's really precise to land. This move has a lot of range, but a lot of end lag, and even more end lag if it hits a shield. My personal favorite use for this move is to catch ledge options. If properly spaced, angled, and timed, it can catch many options like ledge getup, ledge jump, ledge attack, ledge roll, dare dodge, let go of ledge double jump, except if the opponent holds the ledge and waits. I have noticed that there's a habit on opponents after attempting to 2-frame an opponent with down smash. A lot of people will try to use get up attack to hit you since you are close to the ledge. If you notice this habit, quickly run back at roll distance away and turn around forward smash angled down to try and catch their panic option. Usually roll or get up attack. Up smash is the strongest KO option, since it will mainly vary KO percents based on the stage ceiling. Also, it can KO even earlier with the help of platforms. Usually used to read an aerial opponent or to follow up out of witch time, this move will also have more lag when hitting a shield. Her dash attack has a lot of startup, so it's mainly going to be used for hard reads or for catching a tech chase. At low percent, it can connect into a forward air, and at high percent, it will kill near the ledge. It is actually a bit stronger than her forward throw. Bullet Climax have more range but are laggier than Smash 4. The aim is angled up, so it slightly misses characters low to the ground. It's good for edge guarding and forces most opponents to either double jump above it to recover high or air dodge through it to recover low. When charging, you have about 1 second to shield, cancel it, or release the bullets. If you read a recovery option, forced by just aiming the bullets without releasing, quickly press shield followed by a jump to attempt to edge guard the opponent if possible. Witch time is best saved fresh to get a KO at high percents, or to edge guard recoveries with hitboxes. If landed, it slows down your opponent for a certain amount of time. The duration is based on your opponent's damage, the more the better, Bayonetta's damage, the less the better, and how stale it is if it was already using the same stock, since respawning refreshes witch time. When charging a smash attack as a punish, always try to time the release of the smash the exact moment witch time ends, because there is less knockback if hit while in the witch time effect. To practice, look at the hand of the clock as it loops back to the 12 and use it as a reference to time it. No pun intended. Heel slide is her side special when used on the ground. The sliding kick 1 hit has no follow-ups, but at higher percents, if the opponent panic air dodges, it can lead into a smash attack as punish. As well, if they miss a tech, you can also smash attack. Sometimes, even if the opponent techs a smash attack, can catch the tech if well timed. If you read a jump, try to jump and catch them with a witch twist or an ABK. Holding the special button will trigger the second kick, which usually combos from the heel slide kick 1, but not always, especially near the ledge. It puts the opponent in the air for follow-up with an aerial of your choice or a special. Again, all DI dependent. Afterburner kick is her side special when using the air. After connecting, a second kick can be performed, but it does not work if you're hitting a shield. If you connect the first hit of ABK and do a witch twist, then if you do a second witch twist or an attack, you will lose the option to use your second ABK, which limits her combo options slightly. A downwards version of ABK can be performed if you slide the joystick from holding down into the direction you want to go right before pressing special. You can also input the direction you're going, followed by special, followed by down. But this method requires more precise timing, since you only have a 5-frame window after pressing special to move the joystick down. If done frame 6 or later, she will just perform a regular ABK. This can be used to start up combos if you hit the opponent on the ground. If connected on an airborne opponent, the angle at which it sends is further from Bayonetta, than a grounded opponent, so it can be unfavorable for follow-up. Also, the opponent can DI further away to avoid a combo. If being juggled, this can be used as an escape tool to the opposite side of the stage. Be aware that it has a landing hitbox with increased lag if done too close to the ground. If done high enough, she will have less landing lag and will escape easier. Witch Twist comes out frame 6. It's her fastest move out of shield, but it doesn't snap to ledge anymore like it did in Smash 4. So to recover, space it well, or just angle a side B towards the ledge instead. It is possible to do a second Witch Twist after double jumping. And it is also possible to perform a technique known as the Bayo triple jump glitch, among other names, that allows her to cancel the first few frames of her jump with a Witch Twist and still keep her jump. This is a near frame perfect input, since you only have a 3 frame window to input Witch Twist after the jump in order to save it. This requires a lot of practice, and input lag online can easily mess you up and lose your jump. Also worth mentioning that you can perform this technique not only in your second Witch Twist, but on the first one as well, so you can gain more height when recovering or when performing a combo. In terms of defense, Bayonetta has high jumps that are good for escaping pressure and combos. Compared to Smash 4, her rolls and spot dodge have less end lag but also less intangibility. And her air dodge has more intangibility but also more end lag. Her dare dodge is one of the worst in the game as it barely gets her anywhere. However, when used in combination with Bats Within, her dare dodge becomes actually better than other characters because she moves faster with the bats as well as not being as vulnerable to be punished. Bayonetta can sometimes struggle in neutral. Her frame data on the ground is not the best as she has too much startup and end lag. She does not do enough shield damage to maintain good pressure, and shield beats most of her options. One of the most noticeable nerfs on the ground was Heel Slide, losing the ability to cross up shields, as well as losing the ability to hold the special button and still have the second kick come out and hit a shield. Now her goal is to either get you on the air or get you off stage. Some of her options include Witch Twist. Out of shield, this is her fastest move on the ground and can be followed up with an AVK or a second Witch Twist to start a combo, depending on weight and percent and how the opponent DIs. It doesn't work against some characters like Fox because it's not fast enough. Down Tilt is her next fastest move and is another combo starter and has Bayo duck low, which can sometimes avoid some aerials. You can space it to avoid grabs and get the tipper hitbox. Up Tilt is her next combo starter in neutral and is also used to catch landings. With the hitbox buff, it gives Bayo a little more help in getting something started, but the hitbox is pretty close to her, so it's easy to get punished. Heel Slide is one of her best combo starters, but with the nerfs, the moves have become less effective and is not safe on shield or a mix-up, which means that to make use of it, you will need to read things like landing, rolls, air dodges, and techs. It can also be used to catch less get up and roll if well timed. Grabs. Grab is Bayo's best way to deal with the option that beats all her other tools, which is shield. Back and forward throw are most commonly used. At low percents, you can try and read your opponent's defensive option and follow up. At mid to high percents, you can get your opponent off stage. Up throw can be used to juggle, but one of her best juggling tools in up air was heavily nerfed, which hurts her. Aerials. Space retreating aerials can be somewhat safe, but not always. She has back air for spacing, and neutral air and forward air for cross up on shields. Edge guarding. After you have used all your tools on stage and finally get the opponent off stage, it's time to use Bayonetta's better air game than grounded. Her tools for edge guarding can include a witch twist facing towards the blast zone to push the opponent back, holding nair or up air to catch a double jump or force attack situation, tipper back air to potentially KO, bullet climax to force a reaction to recover low or high or to KO as well, down air to spike if well spaced and started high enough in the air to avoid an SD. And depending on percent in DI, hitting the opponent with one ABK towards the blast zone and then jumping back on stage can be enough to get the GIMP. As a side note, and this is just my opinion, after this witch time buff, if they reduce startup in a future patch, it will likely make this one of the best counters in the game again. I highly doubt they will do that, and I would rather them explore other weaknesses in her gameplay rather than continue to focus on a counter that is used occasionally. My personal wish list is 3 simple things. First, more than a minor 2 to 5 frames landing lag reduction after using certain specials. A more dynamic 6 to 12 frames depending on how many used would have been more noticeable and still not make her broken. Second, reduce ending lag of bullet arts out of down tilt, forward tilt, and jab. Even if damage is reduced as a trade-off, the added pressure would improve the balance of her offense and defense without making her broken again. And lastly, some type of buff to either up air or nair. I mean, these moves were butchered beyond salvation, and if it's up air buffed, it will obviously help with the ladder KOs, and if it's neutral air buffed, it will obviously help with the side KOs. Thanks for watching my first attempt at making a guide in this nature. That is all I have for now. Please be sure to check out the description and comments for any corrections or updates and information, as I did all research alone and could have made mistakes. Don't forget to subscribe. Happy grinding, and I'll catch you next time.